So this property I'm standing at, we actually purchased through a 1031 exchange. So follow me here. This is kind of a cool process and a really cool strategy in real estate. So we had a portfolio of 4 properties in Fort Worth, Texas. Those properties were they were all different rental properties. One was a duplex. We bought them probably 5 years ago in Fort Worth, and they had actually appreciated quite a bit to where they were worth about between the 4 of them, add them all up, let's just say round numbers, $1 million. But those properties, they were great. They increased in value quite a bit from where we bought them, but they didn't have a whole lot of cash flow. And when I say cash flow, I mean if I have all my rent and I pay all my expenses, my insurance, my mortgage, my taxes, all that. But at the end of the day, it was pretty much break even. But this property that we're standing here, it sits in Wyoming. So in Wyoming, the property tax is significantly lower than Texas. So what we did is used a 1031 exchange. And what that allowed us to do was not pay the taxes on the appreciation from the property. Because typically if you buy a property and then you sell it for more than you bought it for, an investment property, you're going to pay taxes unless you use a 1031 exchange. So that's what we did, is we bought the property and then we bought a new property here in Wyoming. So we're able to roll that, we'll call it $1 million in assets from those 4 properties into this property. And here's the best part, is this property cash flows way better. So I'm going to circle back to what I was talking about with taxes in Wyoming. So taxes are very low in Wyoming. That allows this property here, it's going to net basically all the rent minus all the expenses is around $50,000 a year. So I went from an asset that was breaking even in Fort Worth, used all the appreciation, avoided the taxes, used a 1031, and bought this property here in Wyoming that's going to generate $50,000 a year in cash flow. That's a really effective strategy that a lot of people in real estate use. It's just called trading up and using a 1031 exchange. Because the rules of the 1031 is you just always have to buy a property of equal or greater value. And if you do that, you don't pay any taxes for the time being on that property. And as long as I hold this property or until I sell it, those taxes are deferred. But even if I sell this property, say in 5 years, and I want to go buy something bigger, I can use a 1031 exchange again and continue to defer those taxes. An awesome strategy. It's written by the IRS to incentivize real estate investors to buy more property.